What's up, meine Leute? Welcome to the YouTube altcoin stream. I hope you will enjoy today's session. For today, I have two banger altcoins for you, and the first one will be Fetch, and the second one will be Baby Doge. So stay tuned. Welcome. Let's start and dive into the charts for the first altcoin, which is Fetch. If we just look from the high time frame, you can see on the weekly time frame we have a nice fat weekly order block forming. I mean, has been formed, but it's still naked, it's still untapped. So it is an area of interest to me, and the potential trade I will be looking for on the backtest will be a short. Again, we are trading paper money, so be careful. Have your own invalidation strategies and so on. What do we have here as confluence? You may probably ask. So the first confluence for me is the weekly order block. It is a big high time frame order block, and I mean that's quite a big range. So 9% to have that invalidation. And what we look for some smaller inner order blocks every time to lower that invalidation. Sadly, I do not have an order block inside that Fed weekly order block, but we do have a perfect, really nice order block above that weekly order block. So if we dissect ranges, for me, I do have a range which was this. So this for me was a range, and we left that range, of course. We are now currently forming a second range, which is basically this. So if we delete that weekly order block, we can dissect this pretty nicely. So if we pull the volume profile on the upper range, we see where the value area low is. Sadly, this wasn't reclaimed. We did enter again the value area of the previous upper range, and yeah, we just backtest this. Tried to leave it, backtested the point of control of the previous range, which, as you can see, this worked perfectly. And yeah, from there on, we left the range. So we are not in this range again. Will we leave this range? That's still a question that we will see in the next few days, next few weeks. What the trade here will be for me. So the first confluence, we have the value area low. This needs to be reclaimed for me to be a little bit more bullish. At least a little bit bullish, because for now I don't see that in this case. So that's why I'm looking for that weekly potential short. If we take a look at the anchored VWAP from the highs, you can see the mid anchored band is coming back at the yellow area of interest. What is that area of interest? Is a nice 2-hourly order block. So it is a little bit above that weekly order block, but again, those weekly order blocks have specific specific strategies on how we trade them, and this one has a little bit of that potential to get wicked above the weekly order block. So we do have nice confluences. As you can see, the upper range also has the point of control right inside that 2-hourly order block. We also have a daily imbalanced area to fill, which is this. So the daily imbalance still hasn't been filled. So this makes me think we have quite a nice probable trade if we come back into this area. Again, the nicest confluence for me is the anchored VWAP coming back at that point of control area. So if the anchored VWAP lowers itself a little bit here, we currently are at some sort of support. So we have the anchored VWAP, we do have the previous point of control, we have a nice dense volume cluster here, we have the value area low. So I mean, will we range here a little bit, come back up, take all the liquidity that is still left, backtest the point of control, backtest the value area low, and come back down. I mean, for me, it looks pretty. It looks like a really pretty decent trade. So, will this happen? Again, we do not know 100%, but we do have our statistics backing us up. And statistic wise, this is a high probable trade. So we'll see how this will end up. But again, this is something I was willing to share with you on this video. But that's it from Fed. Let's move on to the next altcoin, Baby Doge. Baby Doge, if you look at the bigger high time frame, so this, if you check out the 3-day time frame, you can see this, we are creating a really big triangle, maybe even from the lower side. Yeah, you can manage it also like this. So this is a huge triangle. I can show you a similar scenario on link, where then you can see, like, let's check out the 3-day again, 3-day time frame. And what do you see here? What do you see on Baby Doge? You can see 3-day. I mean, I know it's a larger range time wise, but also here you had like few months of, not few months, you had almost a year of accumulation here. And what I'm thinking about is something similar as Link. So you got that explosion out of that triangle, and this was a big explosion. This is a long that we took, and I'll show you just where we took it in Pro Traders. So this was 200% from our area. We had here a weekly order block. You can see a weekly order block. We went up, and I was looking for that back test and looking for to break out of the range. And something similar is happening on Baby Doge. So you can see we got the 3-day big, really big triangle. If we check out the anchored VWAP from this low of the range, you can see this mid anchored VWAP was pretty nice. You can see here you got the resistance, so it was respected. It is coming back into our 3-day order block area. So something similar as on Link. So you got that order block, back test, and break the range. So again, we got an order block, back test, and maybe again we had the probability that we might break the range. We have here, no, this was already taken, this inner liquidity. Yeah, this was taken just by a little bit. So yeah, the trade I'm looking for on Baby Doge, it's pretty simple, pretty obvious, pretty quick TA, 3-day order block with that anchored VWAP. This would be also fantastic if you would range a little bit here, maybe create some sort of liquidity, come back here, anchored VWAP, coming back a little bit higher with that confluence, and then maybe coming back to that push up. So if we broke like we did on Link, I mean, TA is not something you want to, is not something you, let's say, want. It's just statistic wise what might happen. And we are looking for probable trades, and those are, again, not 100%, but on your side. And once you have your risk to reward ratio, once you have your win rate figured out, you will see it pretty much comes really simple in play. So yeah, the 3-day order block, if my scenario happens, again, comparing to Links on price action, you again might explode and you might get 100, 200, 300, like 3-4x instantly, like we did on Link, few weeks of price range. And then you got that explosion, taking out some inner liquidity, coming back into that order block. So we have here the weekly order block, which was the bigger main resistance. You had bigger weekly imbalances here also that we filled. So the imbalance on the weekly time frame, you almost filled to the dollar. So coming back into the order block. And yeah, similar on Doge. I would kind of hope at least taking out the bigger inner liquidity and coming back up. And this would provide you with 2x, which is pretty awesome. But basically that's it from what I had to talk about for today. So these two altcoins are honestly on my radar, and I will be setting my alerts. I mean, my alerts are already set, as you can see, and I'm just patiently waiting. So again, for everybody that is willing or wanting to learn TA from the pros, we are everybody in our group has a specific TA. So somebody is order flow specific, somebody is price action specific, and we use all kind of strategies. I can guarantee you won't be bored, definitely. So everything's from altcoins. So you can see we have separated channels from altcoins, stocks and forex, gold, oil, whatever you want. So here's one from Algo that went pretty well. So again, we have our setups. We are waiting for our areas to be hit, and you can see this was like a 30-40% drop just instantly once it came to our area. And as I said, you will learn to fish in the sea by yourself. But in the meantime, we provide you with nice, pretty setups where, again, your memberships will be paid there by themselves. So thanks for listening. I don't know what to say, and stay tuned until the next YouTube video. Have fun, guys. Bye-bye.